What's up, guys? Welcome to the Nerdy Collective, guys. I have it's the Cantonese Comic Kid. We won't have Robert tonight, but we have Monty with me here.
Hello, YouTubians! Robert, you've changed.
Yeah, I changed Asian. I'm Asian tonight.
I wasn't prepared.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
Well, how's everything been going tonight?
Not bad, not bad. Just had a busy night, but not too bad.
I understand that. I've been having a busy night tonight too, and
you've been in a lot of streams today.
Yeah, I have. Even one I didn't know that was live. That was live.
That was funny. You pop on, you go, "Oh, we're live."
Yeah, nobody told me nothing. They just sent me the link and said, "Hey," and I'm sitting there talking. And I said, "What are them numbers up there in the corner? Where are they counting down?" Or counting. I said, "Are we live?"
Yeah.
They started laughing. They thought it was funny, but that's cool.
Yeah.
So what do we got going on tonight?
Not much. That it's an open mic, so anybody's invited. So I could always put the link in the stream if I wanted to, but I don't know who's watching. Robert's probably the only one.
We can invite. You want me to kick Robert out? Make me a moderator, and I'll kick him out. I'll put him in timeout.
Nah, we're good.
Oh,
we'll be all right.
You're no fun. I swear, man.
Hold on. No, let's. I got a couple of moderators already in there. I think it looks like. Yeah.
Okay. Not near mint. Kick Robert out right quick. Yeah, we got some people in there. There's Kyle Walker, Stay Puft. Stay Puft. Hey, he's been on. He's been on for a long time today. 8 hours. Been on 8 hours. Golly, I remember those days. We used to do those streams for 8 hours or 16 hours straight.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Yeah. Yep. Those were 8 hours that was not interrupted. But since we got the free one, it doesn't give you 8 hours. It gives you, I think, less than that.
I don't know. Jigs used to do them like, I don't know how long. Then they'd kick him off, and then he'd just start another one right back. He tried to do 3 days straight or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that boy was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He must have had a lot of coffee.
So, I know you were talking about cancel culture earlier in the week. So, what do you think about all this stuff getting canceled? Pepe Le Pew. Let's see what else.
Peter Pan.
Dr. Seuss, Peter Pan,
and Dumbo.
Dumbo's getting canceled? I didn't know that one.
I heard that video. They were pulling it off too. I can't for the life of me figure out why they're canceling Dumbo, but
I do. The birds. You remember the birds?
The birds.
Yeah, you remember the crows.
What's wrong with them?
Think about.
We gotta.
You know what's wrong with those damn crows, because there were two.
I'd have to rewatch it. It's how long it's been since I watched Dumbo. All I remember about Dumbo is he used to fly around and he was ashamed of his ears.
Hey, look, Tori's in the chat.
Hey, Tori. Yeah.
We were talking about you earlier in the day. Some good, yeah.
She's gonna take Tony Sanders' show over. They're gonna have all these wins. She's gonna win all the daggum belts. And it's just gonna be her and Tony on the show.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the how he normally starts the show. That's what I forgot. Whoops.
Don't ask me. What'd you forget?
I don't remember. Oh yeah. The line he likes to say. Man, it's been a long day, man. So forgive me. But yeah, so I understand why Pepe Le Pew. I understand a little bit about Pepe Le Pew, but you know what I mean.
Well, it's a skunk that was in love with a cat, and I know that it was like he was forcing himself on the cat, but it was the whole persona of Pepe Le Pew was he was a player, and he always ended up getting whacked, smashed, banged, and all this other stuff. He went through all this torture, but at the end of some of the shows and everything, she actually fell in love with him because he didn't quit, or he was in love, but I don't know. It's a slippery slope when you go down there. It's a skunk and a cat, but
yeah, because he was in the original Space Jams. He was in the original Space Jams movie. I remember. I think. Right?
Yeah. Well, they popped him out of Space Jam 3 because he was too aggressive for female cats.
Yeah, so. Or for Lola Bunny this time.
Oh, was it the bunny this time?
Yeah, I think it was love. I think because what was it? I think the original one that all the guys were going after her, but like Bugs finally got her, but I read like it was bad. So
well, then what are they gonna do with Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, because he pursued her, and what are they gonna do with Donald Duck and Daisy Duck? This is a snowball that's fixing to roll downhill, and like I said on my last episode, cancel culture, that I did, that it's going to come into the comics, our comics that we collect.
Yeah, and then we're going to be pissed. A lot of us are going to be pissed about that, because there's already some of it in there already. Like some of the writers do that already, you know what I mean? So, well, certain writers, like what was it? There's a couple of them that do it right now. Trying to think of them, but I can't think of their names right now. And they're all female.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna. I think eventually we're gonna see it creep into the older books, because the older books were written at a different time, and not saying what they did back then was right, but that's we need to learn from our right and what we did back there and see where we came from. And know not to repeat that again, but they may stop saying, well, you can't sell this book on eBay, or you can't put it on Craigslist, or you can't do this because it's part of the cancel culture, and we want to.
Or we have a like, you know how burning books and burning comics and stuff, like World War II stuff, like burning stuff.
That's a slippery slope, because eventually, it's going to cancel everything out.
Yeah, and then everybody's going to be pissed about that when everything starts getting canceled.
And there has to be one person. I want to know who the one person is that says, today we're going after Archie. I mean, there's one person that decides this stuff. I want to know who that one person is.
It was Al Gore's wife originally. You remember that?
No, I did not know that.
Originally, it was Al Gore's wife that went after what was it? Married with Children's, went after albums, because originally hip hop albums and all that didn't have the adult, content sticker thingy on it originally, and then they ended up slapping those things on because it was what was it? I forgot the damn group was called. It was, but they were moms against something, and they went after video games after that, and then they went after, but they never went after what, and then the comic books they went after earlier, before, like right after World War II ish. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen. I just hope it don't go down that slippery slope.
I just hope people, because if we do this, if we keep on doing this, we're going to repeat a lot of the stuff from the past, and that's not good, because slavery is bad. But
it's always been bad.
No, but I'm just saying slavery is bad, but we have human trafficking now, so it's even worse now than it was before. You know what I mean? It's still bad, man. It's just we're human. We're gonna do stupid stuff.
Yeah, I mean, slavery has been around for the beginning of time.
Yeah,
it was around when the Egyptians were building the pyramids, and the Romans used slaves. I mean, You know, it's been around forever and ever, and you know, now we finally come to a point, and in fact, slavery is going on right now.
Yep.
I mean, right now in another country that I don't want to get you booted off by saying the name of the country, but it's going on right now. It's just people don't seem to think to say anything about that country, and it's happening bad. But was you going to throw the since it's open mic? Was you going to throw the thing in the chat or?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do right now. I was gonna do that, but and then a couple of people did that last time, and it didn't end so well.
Well, we can screen them in the back and make sure they show their face, and we're probably gonna know the people that are coming on anyway.
Yeah.
Just don't let nobody on that you don't know.
Yep.
And
hold on, let's see if I can paste it. Yeah, there we go. I pasted it, so we're good.
Says Comics at Law. We didn't start the fire; it always burning since the world was turning. That's a song. We didn't start. Better not singing.
But like they said, cancel culture's always been there. It's just now we have a lot, now we have the World Wide Web for them to spout their stuff. So.
Yeah. And that World Wide Web is not free everywhere. Some places, some countries only get the web in their country, and that's it. They're restricted.
China. Hong Kong, China. Well, Hong Kong wasn't originally, but now since they're back under China, that's what they've been fighting for, to keep keep them free for a little longer until they take back over again.
Yeah, it's not all out there. It's what they want to let them see and everything. And at least
even in their comics, their comics, man. A lot of people don't understand that stuff. But even in their comics, it's not as free as ours, because their comic industry is not as nice as ours. It's like a assembly line. It's artists are like assembly. Like there's a crap ton of artists sitting there, and they're drawing it. One's drawing it. One's coloring it, one's inking it, and then one's lettering it, and it goes out. It's like an assembly line, man. It's not like, oh, hey, we pay a shit ton to this artist for him to draw stuff. What Artgerm actually came from the Hong Kong-based comic industry. So the way he works is the same way that they do it, pretty much. He knows how to. That's why he can do so many covers and so many covers at the time, because
that's what Jack Kirby. I mean, Jack Kirby did a lot of his stuff, and he was a workhorse, man. They worked him to his fingers to the bone. But you can kind of look at it two ways. He either enjoyed it that much and wanted to do it, or that's all he could do, and he was working trying to make a living doing it. And there was just nothing else out there. Yeah. And he just forced himself to do it.
Right, but my thing is, he's getting the recognition that he
deserved 50 years ago.
Yeah,
or more.
But because really, in all honesty, Stan knew how to sell it, and that's the same thing with the Batman guys, the two Batman guys too. It's Bob Kane knew how to sell it. It's just because the guys that drew it just were shyer guys that didn't, that didn't know how to talk to people really well, but they knew how to draw really well. So
yeah. Well, I know that Kirby Stan Lee wrote a lot of books.
Right.
I mean, this cat had to have constantly thinking about what he was going to write, because there was a number of titles even in the 40s and 50s that he was writing, even coming into the 60s, and massive amounts of stories come out of him.
Right.
And it was just incredible, the stuff that he was doing. And Kirby was, like I said, he was doing covers, he was doing interiors. Then when he was on a few books doing that, he'd move over and help somebody do a cover on a X-Men book or something. He was spread real thin, and it was just incredible how he met all these deadlines. But he was their ace in the hole back then. They knew if they got him, they could throw something else on him, he'd get it done. He would get it out, and just think of the painstaking hours that he had to spend slumped over that table drawing, and he got quick. He was quick.
And he liked smoking cigars, so I imagine how out of breath he would be every once in a while.
There was a story once of a lot of when they were working in New York in a bullpen or something like that, or it was at a house. It was a house that 2 or 3 artists got together and they were living in the house, and said that it was during the rainy season. I'm probably New York.
Right.
They said that they used their drawings and everything, that after they'd be draw something they didn't like it, they'd throw it on the ground, and when they walked outside and walked back in, so they didn't track up the carpet. So they were wiping their feet and and everything on old on paper that they put down to keep the carpet clean or keep the hardwood. Right. And
but
can you
imagine
how much got destroyed?
Yeah, imagine what got destroyed. Imagine like a first draft of a Swamp Thing, a first draft of you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and there was, and Stan Lee was there. I think it was in the Stan Lee book, I think it was. And Stan Lee was there, and he was on the typewriter typing, the other artists were drawing, and they'd go outside and then, go outside and have a beer or wine or whatever, then it'd be raining.
Joking around, imagine if you were one of the temps and you knew, and you actually picked up a couple of those things and actually saved them, and you had them now. Imagine.
Oh yeah, the original rough drawings. Oh, that would be worth a freaking fortune, man.
Yeah,
a fortune. I'm just wondering how much art of Jack Kirby's his family still has.
Or that was that they still have, or because he drew a lot. You know what I mean? Even bringing that up, even what was it? Even Frazetta, like a lot of Frazetta stuff is still the kids fought over it, and it all got split up into different, different batches of work that they all have. Imagine if all of it stayed together, and they actually came all together and had 2 museums opened up for it. You know what I
mean? I give you something. Just think if you just went through the trash cans back in the day of where those artists were drawing and everything, just pulled out their papers in the trash and kept it. I mean, their trash is probably worth a fortune now. It's crazy.
First draft of Fantastic Four, first draft of Doctor Doom, first draft of any of them, first draft of Spider-Man, like
a doodle. It's and some of the scripts that were written by Stan Lee himself typed out and everything, and now I don't like this, throw it away.
So imagine half of them weren't even legends back then. They were just Stan, and they were just Kirby. They weren't like King Kirby now, and Stan. They were considered trash back then, and they just didn't know they were what they called funny books back then, and they wasn't worth nothing then. They knew that they were hardly worth the paper they were printed on, because they were getting paid very little, and they were going out and people were leaving. They didn't perceive the future that these was going to blow up and become this. But imagine if you were a guy that had money back then and actually believed in these guys and actually gave them money, and imagine what they could do with the money that you guys, if that person gave them money to actually have,
Well, wasn't it what was it? Archie Goodwin was the one that was the editor back in the Timely era, and I think it was Archie, wasn't it?
Archie, there's Archie there, and there's another one that created Vampirella too. It was Archie Goodwin too. That he had a hand in that too. The Warren magazines too.
Yeah, I mean he sat there. There was one time in the Stan Lee book it talked about Marvel back in the I'm thinking it was in the 50s. They were coming out, and Archie was the monster books wasn't doing too well and everything, and that's when they started coming up with the superheroes, and they created the Fantastic Four, and he was against it, and they finally went out. And I'm thinking before that, Marvel, it was Timely was hurting,
Yeah, and
And
it was called
National
Timely back
Comics.
then. It wasn't Marvel back then. It was
Yeah.
Timely back then.
Well, I think it was during the what was it after Timely? It went from Timely to
Wasn't Marvel. I know that much.
crap. I can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, it's the one that has the in the corner. It's just written in the corner. I got a bunch of books back there like
Yeah,
that.
maybe somebody in the chat might know, and not
Yeah,
just us.
they'll probably know.
Yeah.
But
But
anyway,
yeah, you want to hear something funny?
what's that?
That I'm actually after a Golden Age book now, the Yellow Claw 1, because it's a
Oh,
Jimmy
that's a good
Woo.
book.
Yeah, Jimmy Woo's first appearance.
That's a
Because
good book.
yeah,
Yellow Claw is a real good book.
Yeah, Jimmy Woo's first appearance. That's the main. I've always wanted to collect all the Asian characters in comics in the first place. But since I'm a big Vampirella fan first, I wanted to collect all of Vampirella first, and then work my way to the next. The next list is all Asian heroes in comics, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the Yellow Claw. I've seen those books, those Golden Age books. Atlas. Yep, there's Kyle. He said
Yeah,
Atlas. Well,
yeah.
back on Atlas days, Marvel was hurting, and their publishing company, Archie was running thin on it, so it got dissolved, and he had no place to sell these comics. So I think DC was National Comics or I can't remember what it was. They went to DC
Mm-hmm.
and to get them to put their space to have it published and put on the stands, and DC restricted them and said, well, we're going to restrict you. You can only have like 12 comics, but you're going in the lower shelves of all the comic racks and everything, and that's where you're going to stay. And they stayed there for a long time with DC's thumb over Marvel, because
Right.
they were their distribution company that DC had owned, and Marvel's distribution company, or what do you call it?
Atlas.
Atlas. It dissolved, and so Marvel had to go on the lower part of the shelves and sell their books.
But
And
now
DC
it's
had
the
main
opposite.
spots.
Now it's the opposite going around. Now it's DC
Well, now
on
it's
the
Diamond though, but
yeah.
it's comic shops and everything else.
But
Now.
I'm just saying, but now it's the opposite around, because now Marvel seems to be more popular now, and not DC. You know what I mean?
That's because of the movies. The movies is what blew Marvel out of the water. I mean,
yeah,
it's blown this comic book collecting
to a whole new level, pretty much.
to a whole new level. And I as long as they keep pumping out movies and they're good, it's going to keep on. It's going to keep on.
Yeah, but what? We won't have to worry about, the comics are going to die out. Nope, it's not going to happen, because if they keep pumping out these movies.
Well, this is a subject, though, I'm going to toss in there that, since we got off the topic of cancel culture, all right, when everything starts going green, do you guys think that eventually they're going to figure out, well, that's way too many trees to be cutting down for this paper, for these books? We need to go digital.
They tried to go digital, and then the only thing that's
there ain't gonna be no trying to it though. If they say no more paper, they got one route and one route only, and that's digital.
Yeah. But think about it. The one thing they tried to do, everything's went to digital. DVDs went to videos went to digital. TVs, anything streaming, music,
everything's going digital.
Yeah, but so far, comics haven't gone digital yet, and that's.
But you got your iReaders and some of your books and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of people think they're never going to go digital because everybody wants something to hold in your hand and everything. Hey, if you're forced into the corner where paper, they say, all right, we're going to go green. If you actually want to print this, it's going to cost you X amount of dollars. And they're going to say, we can't afford to do that.
Right.
Here's your option, the computer.
Right. But if they make it easy, if they make it easy access for people, yeah. But if it's one payment, yeah, not like $3.99 every, how you pay for a normal comic, $3.99 every time. Or if they're gonna do a subscription service to the comics, like all the comics released, yeah, that's probably what somebody would do. But I don't think people are gonna pay $3.99 for not to own it, but in hand.
Well, comics at law sit there and says I won't collect digital. Well, that's true. You probably won't, but if you want the new books, this is the catch-22 to this whole digital thing. If you buy a digital comic actually over your computer, you really never own it.
Yep.
It can always be taken away from you because you never really own it. You can store it on there or do whatever, and they can change the access where you can't access it.
Right.
Unless you pay X amount of dollars to get the new program that will access that, because the other program is obsolete.
Copy and paste it to your computer.
But what I foresee in the future is digital is they're going to have these little tiny sticks, these little, whatever you call them, these little things right here, these S-scan things,
SD
the little bitty ones,
the
real little ones. They're going to have these. And they're going to have comics on there, and you're going to go into a store like, let's say, Walmart. It's going to have a paper card on it that says Iron Man issue 628 through whatever. And it's going to have that where you buy it and you put it in there, and then it'll have a special little holder that says what it's on. And then you'll be filing them little things in there, and you'll have your
just joking around. Imagine you losing it. Imagine you go.
I lost them. I got some in the carpet that I never found.
Yeah,
they got shoved under somewhere.
Yeah,
but that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, but people are going to run out of space. That's the main reason they'll go digital. That's the only reason people will go digital, if they run out of space of storing stuff. I mean. Or build another.
I'm building a building out there right now because I ran out of space.
I know you are, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? A normal person in New York, a normal person in California that can't afford another house, can't afford another place to build another place. They'll pick from stop collecting. You know what I mean? Stop collecting in general, or just go digital. If I had to, my thing. If I'm just reading it, I would do that. But if I'm collecting it to have it later, I would, you know what I mean? That's a different story. But
my entire collection could fit in a cigar box. Having them little things, my entire collection, because there's no telling how many books can fit on that little thing.
Right.
And as the years go on, they get little, they're able to store more and everything.
Yeah, they get smaller. They don't get those things get smaller. Imagine.
I don't understand that. Us old people don't want stuff to get smaller. We want stuff to get bigger because we can't see it, we can't find it, we can't hold it. I mean, really, dude, the phones got little bitty, then they got big again, and now they're getting little bitty. And I want my flip phone back. That's all I gotta say. I love Flipper. I love that flip phone. Now I got a phone that I don't even know how to work. All I need don't need text. All I need is a phone that I can answer. That's it.
Imagine but the phone we can answer is a lot easier, and then it's you don't have a damn computer in your hand anymore.
I'm getting to the age I got to buy the Jitterbug, the one with the big dials. See, I still have a home phone.
Well, I had one. I just it was cheaper not to have one.
Well, that's the only way I can get the internet now is you got to have a home phone. So. It says there will always be more space if you want it bad enough. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, and if you build one, if I got 2 sheds in the back, I can always put it in there and always AC it. But still,
I think eventually down the road, I don't know how many years, but I think we will be forced into digital because they will get rid of paper.
Yeah, eventually.
As far as that, because somebody will make a stink and somebody will sit there and it'll happen. If they're going to cancel Pepe Le Pew, they'll do that for nonsense.
Or imagine if they come out with something that doesn't have to use trees to make paper. You never know. So.
Well, they do use denim to make money.
Right. So I imagine
is in there, and cotton, a little bit of cotton and denim is in there with the paper to make the cellulose and everything. That's why money lasts so longer than being handled that many times. They had to have something that
so imagine if they made comics out of that.
Oh, you keep them for years. Man, my comic collection looks perfect for 1,000 years because I would never touch it.
Yeah. Imagine if they start, hey, what? Trees are going, you know what I mean? This
Tree,
is going bad.
he
Trees
says
are
tree
good.
huggers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
those tree huggers. I had a buddy. I got a buddy. He's pretty big and everything.
Hmm.
And he'll he'll get some of those teenagers out barbecuing and everything. He'll be messing around with them, and he'll grab them. He'll take them. He'll put them on a tree, and he'll grab the tree and hug them in between the tree and him.
Yeah,
Them kids are going and he's just squeezing the tree, and he said, "I'm a tree hugger."
yeah,
I said, "Yeah, you're gonna hurt one of them boys."
yeah.
It's funny. He's stronger than he thinks. He's
Hmm.
just a big baby and everything.
I mean, like you said, it's either gonna go digital or you know what I mean. But digital, so far they've tried to go digital, and people are fighting against it. All the comic collectors are fighting against
That's
it.
because they're still selling the regular books. I mean, they will lose some collector. They'll lose a lot of collectors, but will they actually lose people that eventually come back that loves to read and see the art?
Mm.
I mean, and you can plug it into your TV and have a huge comic book,
Yeah, yeah.
but it won't be the same. It won't be
No,
the same. It really
and
won't.
like you were saying, like the older guys want to read, you know, can't really read it, and they would have to zoom in on each thing. They would have to use the remote and zoom in on it on the words, just trying to if you were trying to read it. You know what I mean?
That's what I got to do every once in a while. I'll get one and I'll look at it online. But you get the younger generation that's coming up that's used to this, and the older generation dies out. It'll go in that direction.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
yeah. But if we mold the younger generation into liking that part of it. Yeah.
well, look at the classrooms now. I mean, a lot
Hmm.
of the colleges, their textbooks are all
Yeah.
online or digital.
Or tablets, yeah,
Yeah,
they're all
yeah,
on their tablets and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
So
I
they're
got that.
starting in the colleges. My son's in college, and
Mm,
he buys very few books now. In
mm,
fact, he's bought some on thumb drives that
yeah,
they sell in the
but
library, and said, "Yeah, this is your
it helps
textbook."
their spine out. At least their spines are gonna be straight by the time they get out of the college.
Well,
You,
their upper spine will be bent over from being over the keyboard like
yeah.
this.
Yeah, but joking around, imagine when we were younger, man. We had to carry books in our book bags. Now they don't even got to do that. They just got to
Yeah,
carry a tablet around.
I remember my first computer was a TRS-80 Radio Shack.
Damn.
And the only way you could do anything on it, you had to program the computer in BASIC to make it do what you wanted to do.
Hmm.
They didn't even have programs back then.
Hmm.
I mean,
Well,
it was crazy.
again, I remember when dial-up was first coming out. You remember that?
Oh yeah, AOL,
Yeah.
Net Zero. Net Zero was the free internet,
Yeah.
and it was like slower than my grandma
Hmm.
walking half a
Just
mile.
I remember just trying to get a picture off the internet for a report. Well, it took forever back then. It was
It
like,
go, do, 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 do. It loaded up the picture. You'd finally see the picture, and oh, there it is.
yeah,
All right, next.
yeah,
And you're like, oh god.
yeah. Imagine them now. That stuff comes to them so damn quick. It's not even funny, man. It's like back when I was a kid, it wasn't like that. It was, you know what I mean? Like you said, it was it was slow
Oh
as
yeah,
hell.
it was slow back then when it first
Yeah,
AOL and Net
yeah.
Zero was the big one where you could get it for free. Well, it was
But
good if you
yeah,
was on it for about 30 minutes. Then they slowed it down and said, "Ooh, no, he's been on 30 minutes. Let's slow him down now."
uh,
And it
uh,
got slower. Then you'd
yeah,
have to turn off the computer, get back on it, then it'd be faster again.
yeah,
And that's when your computer, the storage on it was like 64 megabytes.
yeah, or
You know,
less sometimes.
yeah, 32 or 64, and you're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I got a fast one. I bought the 64
yeah,
RAM or whatever."
yeah.
But
And
now,
now all the computers are freaking wait like terabytes.
Tera,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
imagine. Yeah.
But that I hope it doesn't happen, but I think eventually
Yeah.
it will. But
Like you said, eventually the older generation's gonna
die out.
die out, and then the newer guys are gonna go, hey, it's saving space for us, and we can have the house all to ourselves.
Well, look at the new artists right now. A lot of the new artists have put down the pen and pencil, and they've gone to the tablet to draw and hit this, and it colors everything, and that's how a lot of the new artists are drawing now, is on the computer. So it is taking the pen and pencil and the inking away from artists. Yeah. I mean, you see that a lot of the time that they're drawing on this. Wasn't it McFarlane that started doing all that on the computer now, started drawing it all?
Well, I mean, that he was still doing him and Lee are still doing on both. But a lot of the new guys are only doing digital. But a lot of the
I mean, it's hugely fast. You get to draw it out, right? And you click a button, and boom, it's off to the printer or the editor to where he can look at it.
My big thing is, I'm curious if some of them can really actually, without the digital part of it, could they actually draw? You know what I mean?
But is it art?
Yeah.
Is it art if you're not actually putting the brush, the pen, pencil? If you're actually doing that, is it still actual art?
Right. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing you were. So I imagine if they were cut, you know what I mean? Because I don't think some of them can do it with normal pencil and paper. What do you think? Like some of them that only do
they've got so many guidelines in there now. They could take body parts that have been drawn 400 different ways and go cut, paste, cut, paste, cut, paste. You know, and it's already drawn.
Right.
You know, then all right. Well, I want to change this a little. Erase, then draw it right back. You know, with your stylus. I mean, I could almost make a comic book by going through a database and with the lasso tool and cutting everything out, then putting blank word balloons in there and typing it in.
Right.
Of course, I'd be using somebody else's art, which you know how long that would take. Oh God, because I always get halfway around when I'm lassoing, and then it messes up, and I go like that, and I'm like, gotta start over again. You know.
Or you sneeze and then freaking go, oh crap.
Yeah. I'm not an expert at that.
Yeah, but imagine, like you said, are they really artists if they only do digital and they never touch pen to paper?
Yeah.
Because what about if power goes out or their tablet dies? Can they draw by hand? That's what I really want to know is the people that did draw digital, can they draw by hand? I know some of them can, but I know a lot of them can't either. So,
see, me personally, the way I feel, I don't think it is art. I know there's a lot of people out there. Well, they're still drawing the lines and doing all that, but I don't know. I'm old school.
I understand where you're coming from, and I understand where the other side's coming from.
I do too.
Yeah, but I'm more lean towards your side because it's not really art if you think about it. Because they could honestly cut and paste stuff. They can honestly, hey, there's a database. I don't have to draw this out completely. I can, take this leg from this thing. I can, take this body part from this thing. You know.
And just all right, you got a leg from this character. All right, I'm gonna put webbing on it and click, and it's all red with the black webbing. And all right, even though it come from this body part, but I just kind of enhanced it and made it into Spider-Man. You know, there's no end to what you can do with the computer. I mean, every year it gets faster and bigger, and more better programs come out, and it's crazy. I personally, like I said, I know both sides, but being old school, I don't think it's art. But I just don't see a quicker way is the way to get around it. The old fashioned way, is the best.
Yeah. But, I mean, it is a digital piece worth more than a hand drawn piece? No, I don't think so. It's not art.
I heard somewhere somebody is selling digital photographs of sports heroes doing like special slam dunks, and they're selling the photograph, and it's one digital photograph,
right?
And it belongs only to one person. I heard they're paying lots of money for that.
Yeah, so
have you heard that?
Yeah, I've heard it, but like you said, is it art? Honestly, is it art?
But it's digital. It's digital personalized photos that they're taking, and they're saying these people get these digital photos and they're auctioning them off, paying lots of money for them, but that only one person has it. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not the same as, having an actual, sure, you could print it out on a piece of paper, but is that actually like being there to take the photograph and actually, I don't know. It's crazy how something digital could be worth so much when it wouldn't take hardly anything to erase it or lose it.
Right. Like you said, is it really art, and do they really own it? Yeah. You know what I mean? If they draw it on a computer, anybody can take it and say it's theirs, and just
Yeah, it's crazy where the future is going to lead us down to the. I mean, you're what are you in your 30s?
Yeah, 35 in April. I'm going to be 35 in April.
Yeah, you maybe get a taste of it before the end, but I'll probably never see it. Right. You may be up there before and see it start getting a lot worse than what it is. But I won't. I don't think I'll ever see it go paperless.
I don't think so. Like you said, I think I'll see it. I'll see it before beforehand. You're seeing a little bit of it, but not a lot. Yeah. But I'll see it. I'll see it complete. I'll probably see it completely go. Like you said, I'll see it probably completely go digital and no paper at all.
Yeah. Well, Marvel's already doing it. They're doing the digital subscription, and DC's doing it. I don't know. I don't know that much about Image. Are they doing it?
Nope.
Image
isn't
got
doing
a digital
it.
service?
Nope.
Are the only two doing it? DC and Marvel? Is that the only two?
Yeah, the big two are doing it, and I think Boom has it, and Dynamite has something with. Yeah, Dynamite has something going with the Amazon one, the Comixology or whatever it is. Yeah, so they have something going, like, Comixology has something going on with it, so.
That right there, you just opened an idea right there that I didn't think of. Mm-hmm. Those digital, you would have to rent a Marvel comic to put it on your TV, and they would stream it on there to where you could read the comic on the TV, and they could be stored in your hard drive like a DVR.
Yep.
And you would subscribe so much a month to read the new comic books come out on the TV.
Yep, that's what I was saying. Unless they do it that way, like how Netflix is doing, nobody's gonna pay $3.99 a month for a damn comic that they can't own. You know what I mean? Or unless you give them a subscription service where you can read as many comics as you want, over 10,000 or whatever comics it is of their library. They're not going to want to own. They're not going to go, hey, $3.99 a month. Hey, that's cool. No.
It would be like your Netflix or your Disney Plus paying so much a month to get all the Marvel books.
Yep.
Or you'd get so many titles for this much every month. If you wanted the executive package or whatever, or so much title, and that'd be added onto your cable bill or satellite bill or whatever, and you get those books. That would eliminate a lot of the paper stuff.
Yep, and that's like you said, probably when I'll see it happen before you will. You know what I mean?
That's scary.
Hey, yeah. Pay. You pay this much, and you pay $7 a month, like $7.99 a month, and you get the basic Netflix. But if you pay this amount, or you pay this amount, you get you can play it in 4K, you can play it in this, you can play it in that now. Because previously it was only $7.99 a month, and then that was it.
Right.
And now it's 4K. You can play this stuff in 4K now. You can play, So imagine if they do it with comics, where they can you can read this thing in 4K. You can read.
See that's it's funny you bring that up because I'm an older person,
right?
And I can get 4K. My eyes just can't. My eyes are old. They can't see 4K. Right. I'm still in 720.
Right.
You can show me a 1080, and I go, all right. Well, here's 1080. Here's 720. Here's the old black or the first color TV we had back in the 80s, which I still got one with the tube and everything. Right. And I'm going, they all look the same to me. Right. The flat screens look a little bit better. I can't tell the difference between 4K and 1080 and 720.
Right.
My eyes ain't that, but they old. They old.
the older people can't tell, but the younger the younger ones can.
You
I'm
got
like,
them young eyes, you can, but
yeah,
you like me, you can't tell that. I talked to my daddy about that, and I said, well, "What kind of TV you gonna get?" He's just a regular TV. My brother says, "You gonna buy one of the new 4K?" And he's like, "What's that?" And he started explaining. He said, "No, I'm happy with what I got."
Yeah.
I said,
buy a
I don't need to
because
see nothing clear. I can see it good the way it is. And I said,
Imagine, yeah, like my grandmother goes, if you tell her, oh yeah, you can get a 4K TV or a normal TV, she would pick the normal TV before she would get the damn 4K one.
Which is cheaper?
Yeah, well, yeah. First thing that old timers are gonna tell you, which one's cheaper and which one's more affordable.
I mean, I used to watch a dadgum black and white TV back in the 70s and everything that had lines that went through it like this.
I remember those.
and the old weather radar was these round things that looked like a radar on a dadgum submarine. It had this little thing that went around like this, and it lit up the clouds, and they disappeared, and it was all black and white and everything.
I remember that.
But I also remember watching the moon landing too, so on TV. Yeah, I'm old. I know. Yeah. Showing my age now.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I remember the tube TVs back then when I was a kid too. So I remember, yeah, because they didn't go flat until until the early 2000s. I mean, they were still tubes for a while.
Yeah, when I got out of college, I learned how to work on the tubes, or they call them CRTs.
Right.
And I learned how to degauss them and do all the electronic work and everything on it. And while I was in college learning the electronic part, they told us that, the flat screen TVs come out and said, all this stuff you're learning about these tubes and all that, they're all going digital. Yeah. Says you just kind of wasted your money, and if you're going to do TV repair. And I'm like, well, that's great. Fix and graduate and get an electronics degree, and this happens. Yeah. And sure enough, it happened within 10 years. They were just obsolete. Everybody, you can find them sitting by the dumpsters around houses. They just thrown them away. And me, I'm picking them up and I'm setting them on the patio, and I'll take them free TVs all day, those CRTs. I set them outside of my patio, and when they get wet or sand in them, I throw them away, and I go find another one for nothing.
Yeah.
I said, they're good to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't put a flat screen out there. It probably wouldn't last a week.
Man, no, flat screens won't last too long, man.
Not out there in the weather.
But at least you know those. At least you know the tube ones are gonna last at least.
Oh yeah, them things were tough, man. In fact, I got one out there that this summer I'll get out there and I'll sit and I'll turn that sucker on, and it's I think, I don't know, you measure them diagonally. I think of 30. Right. No, not 36. 28 or something like, or 29. 29 is, I think it went on.
Yeah, but one thing I'm happy about is it's less weight, because you remember in the past how you were a kid and you had to go play video games, you would have to carry that damn tube TV to the room just to play it.
Remember them TVs that look like furniture?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
My mom and dad still got one. They got this flat screen sitting on top of it, because the other one down the bottom don't work, but they won't throw it away and say, look at the cabinet work on this TV.
Yeah. Like, same thing with my grandmother. They got one that they just pulled the tube part of it out of it and use it as a shelf now.
I've seen them make fish aquariums out of them too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they went pulling the tube. I go, wasn't that the old TV there? He go, yeah. We just pulled the tube half out of it so we can use it.
That's what my dad said. Well, that's good wood, son. You don't want to throw that away. I'm like, does it work? No, but that's good wood. You can't buy wood like that no more. Yeah. I said, Dad, I don't think anybody want to buy that wood. But he's using it for a TV stand, so it makes him happy and everything.
Yeah, they're using it for a TV stand now too. They got like a DVR, like they got a DVR now. Like she can actually watch her Asian soap operas on a DVR, like a DVR looking, like almost like an Apple TV looking thing. And so every year, like one of the uncles will go back to Hong Kong and just buy a new digital thing for her, and so she can watch her Asian TV.
Yeah.
I remember how they would have to pay the dish TV just to watch, their Asian channels and stuff, because none of the like Verizon, none of them would carry it. So the only thing that would carry it was Dish, and they hated Dish because every time it rained, they couldn't watch their soap operas. Yeah, that's something else. That back in the day, But
But you got any thing you're looking forward to? Have you heard anything about the Falcon and
I heard some good stuff. I heard some good stuff about that, but
well, fill me in because I hadn't heard anything about it until a little bit today, and of course,
well, Falcon and Winter Soldier are gonna. You know how WandaVision was only 9 episodes. Well, there were 9 episodes. Well, supposedly this one's only gonna have 6.
Okay, and what's the theory behind this Falcon and Winter Soldier? I mean, what is it going to be? Because we know that Falcon's Captain America now.
Right. Well, they're both gonna try to take the man because U.S. agent or whatever it is what is it? The U.S. military and the U.S. government want U.S. agent as the new Captain America. But since Cap gave the shield to Bucky and this one, they're gonna try to, Well,
he gave the shield to Falcon in the Endgame.
Right, Falcon. That's what I meant. Falcon and them. Those two are gonna try to get, you know what I mean, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. The title actually belongs to, like you said, Falcon. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But the government says it belongs to them. Then they're trying to, they're trying to get U.S. agent as that, and then, but there's another form of the serum out there that's from this.
So you're saying that now the book U.S. Agent the first appearance of U.S. Agent is gonna blow up.
U.S. Agent's gonna blow up, and Baron Zemo's stuff probably maybe. But we don't know which Baron Zemo and that one. That one's already blown up. It's going to blow up even more.
That's a reprint. That's the reprint. But
I know that. But you probably got the real one back there somewhere. But that one's going to blow up even more. Yeah.
I got 2 of them. 2 of the first appearance and 2 of the second appearances.
Right. That one's going to blow up even more. The Winter Soldier one's probably going to even blow up more because of it. A lot of stuff's going to blow up more. Like
what issue was the Winter Soldier? I mean, I don't roughly.
I
don't remember what issue that is.
Me either. It slips my mind. But
I know I got a full run of Captain America, so I know I got it.
Yeah, so. And you're a Cap fan anyway, so you. So
I've almost got 2 full runs back there.
But eventually you'll probably get a 3rd run. You forget about the runs you got, and then you probably end up getting a 3rd run.
Lord, I bought a collection that had a lot of Captain America in there, and I started pulling them out. This is probably about 3 months ago. It was about 5 months ago. I was showing some guys in the off air, and I had some Scotty Young. I had some signed books that I didn't know that were signed, and they were like going. I had cards on the back, certification cards that said they were certified, and I was like, I still haven't put them up. They're still sitting in the same place. I trip over them just about every time I walk back there. Oh, I need to get that building built bad, man.
Yeah, and that's telling you to put them away, man. If you keep tripping over it, that's telling you to.
Yeah, and I keep on bringing stacks in every week. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's crazy. I got a stack, probably a short box that I haven't bagged and boarded yet.
You're not the only one. This is a stack I haven't read yet, and I'm still
reading is me making these videos and all the stuff I've been going through medical. I've probably in the last month read 1 book. Every time I sit down to do it, something happens. The phone rings or I got to do something. That freeze we had, and I had to work outside and get some stuff done on the pipes, and it's been one thing after another.
All I want to do is read, and I can't even. There's 2 piles of that, and that's just here. Imagine by my bed, there's another stack over there. So
well, the last probably month and a half, I've turned into a cover collector, and I didn't think that would ever happen because there's a lot of my favorite titles I do read: the Immortal Hulk, Venom, and man, I can't even think of the other comic. Immortal Hulk, and the Thor. I've been reading the Thor and everything. And then I'll pop in because I do buy the old comics on my Thursday. Hey, there's Captain.
What up, guys?
Not much.
How are you doing?
Good. How about you?
Not
doing
bad.
Real good.
How's Tori doing?
Good. She'll probably jump on in a minute. Getting the last little ones wired down for a minute.
That's cool. Yeah, we weren't doing much, man. Just open mic, and Robert said, "Oh, hey, you got to host it today." Okay.
I know I was over. He was stopped by my show and
Yeah.
shoot the ship for a minute, and just like Mr. White Glove, so
Yeah.
we come over and shoot the ship with you for a little bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to stop in, then I had to leave. I had to go do my show with Kyle, and I stopped in a little bit more and watched yours. I said, man, he's still going.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we've been all over the place today, especially Mr. White Gloves today.
yeah, I'm
One
ready
that,
for-
but one that you didn't even know you were live. That was funny. He goes, "Why's the number still going up there?"
Yeah, I got a link sent to me, and I jumped into Stay Puft, and I thought it was after show, and I'm sitting there talking, and I'm looking, going, wait a minute. Are we live? Yeah. I said, but you didn't tell me that when you sent me the link. I thought this was after show.
The old switcheroo made you live, huh?
Yeah, they better be glad I wasn't really talking crap, or I really, I'd have lost all my subscribers.
No, you would have gained some more subscribers for talking crap.
That's what it seems like some days.
Yeah. Tell you, it's hard to break through on this YouTube, man. You got to be at it every daggum day.
Yeah.
You got to keep pushing it if you want to do something.
But you know, for me, when I first started off, and I saw all these guys with thousands, and they're like, "Oh, they get paid when they hit that peak," and I was just like, you know, I'd rather have loyal, small group of friends than I would thousands of people that just, you know, might complain about this or bitch about that or blah blah blah. You know, I'd rather have more positive feedback from a smaller group than I would, you know, thousands of thousands.
And then plus, trying to keep up with those 1,000 get people, it's gonna be hard, man. Just watching your chat go, I'd be seeing the guys in the the chat going quick. Hey, Tori.
Hey, Smiley.
Hi.
Yeah, I saw you guys on the Vampy thing earlier during the week.
She was calling you out. I know if I had Jeff here, he would tell me everything I need to know about this.
It was fun. It was funny just watching them talk.
Like, you just bring your covers and we'll talk. And I was like, okay, I can do that part. And then none of them had even read it, and that wasn't even the book we were supposed to. It was a hot mess.
I was just laughing. I'm like, they didn't even read it. I'm like, okay. The one person that did,
Next topic.
Yeah.
Well, Captain keeps sending me those pictures on Instagram, but don't send me that last one you sent me. I'm liking those pictures of Sturgis.
Yeah.
Oh, of Sturgis, not of like Man Cave spanking me or nothing, you know.
I haven't figured out how to delete that off Insta message yet. You know, I'm not that.
That's easy. All you got to do is hit it, and it says delete message, or delete from sent.
I like the first
not
one
when
better.
I posted on my main Instagram.
Yeah, not when they posted it. Yeah, no, you can't delete that.
All right. Private one you can, but not.
Sturgis is in.
Yeah, Sturgis in, and then ours is Daytona, so Daytona's going right now. So yeah.
Yeah.
Daytona Beach.
Why aren't you down there taking pictures for Monty, Jeff?
Well, I'm not out in Daytona. I'm out in Tampa, so we don't feel it until later.
Yeah, I'm too old to be out there taking pictures.
Yeah.
There's no telling what they call me.
Oh.
I had a buddy one time.
Last night I told him, I was like, you guys realize like my hunt costumes are just my rally gear.
Yeah.
And they're all, what? And I was like, yeah. And I'm the most clothed on the campground. Out of all the boys.
A lot of these people don't understand about the rally up there at Sturgis. They don't know what kind of people that let loose up there, and it takes a certain kind of people just to let go, you know, and that's probably why they're, you know, there's a lot of people out there afraid of you, Smiley. They really are. And I was raised around women like you and everything, and I have lady friends that are like you, and we go out and we'll party and do all this, so I'm used to it. You know, and I've been to Sturgis, so I know what goes on up there. And it's all right to be you, man. It's all right. I get it. I get it. A lot of people out there don't.
No.
Oh man.
Yeah, like we were saying, yeah, you'll be taking all of Tony's titles, all those titles.
I said, yeah, she's going to get another girl in there, and she's going to go after every title, and she's going to win them all, and it's just going to be her and Tony sitting there going, all right.
And then I'm going to retire.
Right.
Oh, man.
I'm done.
Hall of Fame, man.
Yep, I'll go to the Hall of Fame, and then I'll be
done. White Gloves is not doing it no more because he ended up hitting his, the 2x4 ended up hitting his foot.
Broke my damn toe.
Oh, man.
But I forgot all about. Well, of course, I was at I had some stuff I was doing, but I forgot all about Friday night. I thought it was next Friday night. Then I come home and I caught the very end of it, and I went, "Really?" I was disappointed.
It's okay. It was entertaining. The first match definitely. The Mike Love vs. Love was a good. It was great.
I went back and watched it on the rewind though. I did watch it.
Yeah. Like I said, it's good.
I love tie dye. This t-shirt.
It's fun.
Cool.
It was fun. It's fun watching you guys do it because it's honestly fun. It's just I can't do it because I'm working. I'm working nights, so I can't really do it. G's in the chat.
Javi, buddy. Oh,
Javi.
Oh, Javi. I say Javi. Java. I need some coffee.
Yeah.
Hi, G-Man.
Yeah. I gave him the link, so if he wanted to hop in, he can hop in. But I understand why. So if you don't want to hop in, it's understandable.
Robert's got something going on. He can't.
Yeah.
He's watching on the phone probably and everything. Saying one of them guys going to end this.
Yeah.
It's not our mark.
Yeah.
It's a late night show, so what do you expect?
Yeah. So what do y'all two got planned for this next week? Anything special or anything going on with y'all or Cap?
I don't know if I'm doing Lame or Frame Tuesday or not, but it might be. I'm always on the backup if they need somebody to laugh at.
You're always your guys are always there anyway. So half of the time I watch it, I'm like, kind of figured it's the same, almost the same lineup almost. Every once in a while.
I have this. It's that time of the month on G-Man's channel on Saturday.
Yeah,
this Saturday. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Friday I have my show on my channel, but Saturday I have it's that time of the month with Queen G.
Have y'all been having problems with the notifications?
Kind of.
On and off.
Okay. Well, I have
we
too.
have a bad winter storm coming in. So like all the cell phone, everything's just been kind of funky in the area all day. Definitely. So where I was working today, they have a huge St. Patty's Day party going on. So people from like all kinds of different states and areas are here to party. Well, I had a lot of people freaking out because their cell phones aren't working. They had like no bars, no service type stuff going on because of it all just rolling in here soon. Like a mist out there. Crazy.
Yeah. Well, I know that today the wind blew here in Texas like crazy, and none of the credit card machines worked. They went out because they're all phone related and stuff like that.
Yeah. And you guys had a snow for first 50 years. For a lot of snow.
Well, cold temperatures. There wasn't much snow. It was we got some snow, but it was like the coldest it's been for that long in 40 years.
Yeah.
Of course, Captain and Tori see that up there in South Dakota all the time.
Yeah.
It seems like every time every time Sturgis happens, it rains. I mean, it's just if you're going to go to Sturgis, I'm going to tell you right now, pack your rain gear because you're going to get at least 1 or 2 days in Sturgis. It's going to rain and big thunderstorm are going to come over.
You're going to be wet, and it's not in a fun way.
Could be, but
you can't take your bikes out.
Well, you can run around naked.
Hey, that sounds good to me. Of course, there wouldn't be nobody in the campground if I did that.
Oh, you'll be surprised.
Oh, I was surprised. I was like, he's braver than I am. But I'd take her back over to the biker girls. They wash the bikes down in the bikinis.
Oh, the bike wash.
Oh yeah, I went down. I stood on top of that little walkway over the top as the motorcycles ran through and everything. Yeah, I was there. It's been a while back, long while.
That's one thing I want to do is Sturgis.
That's one male bartenders for the females.
Well, they got Hooters. If they open one up for the women, they'd just call it Peckers.
I mean, well, like something on the campground right there, like you have the bike wash, you have all these female bartenders. Like we have enough ladies around there. You should do something for them at least.
Mr. White Gloves, that'd be one waiter I don't want to take my order, please.
Oh, I could say something, but I better shut up.
We're not on Robert's channel, man. We have more than free though.
we got his brand name down here. I better keep my mouth shut because woke up one day in Sturgis. I said, "Today's Wednesday, isn't it?" And they said, "No, today's Saturday." I went, "What? What happened to all those other days?" I said, "Oh, we don't want to tell you. You don't want to remember." And I'm like, "God bless. I'm getting too old for this. I can't come back." Oh yeah, I want to go up there and see Captain Tori.
Yeah, me too.
Take my travel trailer.
Yeah, Sturgis, and then it gives me an excuse to come and see Tori and Captain.
Yeah.
And then from here, we can all go down to like Mile High Comics and go check out all those shops down there where it's like a warehouse just full of fun things.
I've been there 2 times. Been there 2 times. I was there in '84. Wow. Yeah, a long time ago. And believe me, there was an old nickname we used to call them Mile High Comics. It was the comics are mile high. They were really pricey on their books.
And they rearrange every month. Like,
oh boy,
1 month you can go here, and then they can change this to that to this, Star Wars here and that stuff. It's always crazy going in there. It's always new and mixing it up.
Yeah, I want to go back there again and everything. Maybe when all this stuff, I was supposed to be making my western part of the United States tour last year, but this sickness took over, and I wasn't able to do it. And I was going to take my travel trailer and spend 2 weeks going over the western side and hitting all the comic shops on the western side of the United States. But Captain, we got a highway out here that goes right up to South Dakota, right from 6 miles of my house, head north, Highway 385. It goes straight up there. If you go straight down there, you'll end up 6 miles from my house. I've taken that road. And headed north many a times. Yeah. Yeah, you know where Highway 385 is, then, don't you?
Yep.
I've traveled down it a couple times. I've been to Paris, Texas, that is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
Well, one good thing about this thing is that I've met people from all over. You know what I mean? I met people from Texas, you know what I mean? Everywhere. Like, never expected that. That's one thing that I find a plus on is this, meeting people from all over.
Gotta keep up with White Gloves, make it look fuller.
Mine ain't as full. They just getting long. I went to the convenience store the other day and I had it poked in here, and a guy walked in and he said, "Oh, you cut your beard." And I went, "Where's it?" "Oh, yeah. Oh, I had to tuck it in my shirt because the wind was blowing it all up in here and all up in there." And I'm like driving down the road going, "I'm going to kill myself. My beard's going to pull my eye."
That is great.
Yeah.
Oh.
I started on a bike.
There's been times I've had like a ponytail and the window down and like went to go roll it up and then half my ponytail's up in the window and I'm like going to turn my head. Yeah, not fun at all.
Yeah. Or you have this long a beard and you're in bed and you turn over and your beard stays over here and you turn the opposite direction and it goes, and you go, "Oh!"
I've learned to crawling on in. It's just your own beard hairs all moving on your chest. You're like,
I've learned to take my beard and put it on the outside of the covers.
Right.
I said, tucking that sucker under the covers, you'll pull it out, man.
Mm-hmm. That's the whole reason I shave.
Oh.
Yeah, it's getting pretty long. It gets thinner and longer. I don't think I could ever start over again. I'm afraid it wouldn't. I can grow it up here. It's starting to lose it up there. It's all going down here.
Right.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking I can do a comb up instead of a comb over. It get real long. I can just comb it up and put little glasses over my beard and just have it laying back here.
It's our own personal mask, you know. That's what it is.
Yeah. The old flavor saver.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh man, that's great. Okay, maybe check on
But
yeah.
oh, seriously, you do have to at least try the hunt once, you know. And that's kind of where I was talking with some of these guys, you know. Flash by Night, that was just on my show. Got a newbie guy, you know, just kind of starting off doing videos here or there.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's how people start to know who you are. If you go to shows and you know you get in chats more, and you know,
that's how I started.
For a lot of people.
Yeah.
Going from the chat, going to an actual video or whatever, you know.
Yeah. I used to get around a lot to a lot of the chats and videos, but like I said, I kind of had to almost start over after I took that year and so many months off, you know, of YouTube. Yeah. And now I've got the enthusiasm. I'm starting to hit other channels and meet new people and stuff, and I'm computer literate like crazy, man. Me and this computer battle.
Well, like you were saying, man, it's almost every February, every January, we get a new batch of video makers, new batch of comic collectors. Every year, it's like almost every year at that time, and then a little at a time, they'll stop doing it, and then they'll leave 2 of them or 3 of them or 10, at least 10. You know what I mean? So
yeah, the new recruits come in January, February, and they've probably been watching for a while, but they finally get the nerve up to start doing videos and stuff. And
that's funny because I did my first video in February.
Yeah,
and we've noticed, like White Gloves noticed, I've noticed, it's every January, February we'll get a new batch of creators every year, and then the couple of them would stay, and then all of the rest of them are like, it's not for me, or I'm not up for it, and then
right, or some drama made them want to get out of it, and that's a bad problem.
That's a good thing about what I've noticed in the community now, that there hasn't been a major drama incident in quite a while, and I'm proud of that. I'm glad of that. Not that I know of, let's put that way, but I'm not out there all the time.
Well, yeah, but it's bigger now than when we started, when when we all started, because now it's like this, you know, now it was like this originally, now it's like this, you know what I mean? So it's like it's growing. It's getting bigger. It's not like the community's not getting smaller, the community's getting bigger.
Well, there's been a bunch of people that leave and they go to not Instagram, what's that other place?
Facebook?
No,
Twitter.
Twitter. They go to Twitter, and and there's been a lot of the people I've noticed from Twitter that come over that sell comics over there starting to show up on shows over here and do auctions and sell their books on here.
Yeah, and Instagram and everywhere else. So
yeah, they're starting to show up, and you know, but they said they can be pretty salty over there on Twitter.
Yeah,
so they just I don't know. I've never been on Twitter, so I don't know. The only thing I use my
Instagram. A lot of the Instagram people too, you know, they're pretty much connected. The same thing with the YouTube, you know. Some of them are. They just don't do any content except for on Instagram. You know, they'll sell books there or show their books there, but they'll be in our chats and YouTube and all that. And that's the nice thing about it.
Yeah, the only thing I use my Instagram thing is to communicate with people. That's the only thing I use it for, because I guess the show's ending. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm getting it ready.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just because I want him to be. Oh, okay.
What?
No, I just want the G to be okay with it.
We will. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, end it whenever you want to.
Yeah.
I mean, just let me know when I'll.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if Tori's coming back or not, I don't know, but
I think she might pop in here in a minute.
Yeah. So I'll wait until Tori pops in and then I'll end it. Wait, Sandy.
I don't even remember what I was talking about. That's sad.
None of us do.
Going from channel to channel, and that's how we come out in this community is meeting, G-Man, Mr. White Gloves there, and that's what I like about it, and some people, like you say, only stick with this one instead of branching out even more and more people. It's funny.
If I had time, I would branch out even more. Like it was funny just watching you guys watching Tori with Hydra and all them. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, and then I'm like, yeah, it was funny. I'm like, they're not even talking about her, but okay.
That Hydra show got a little.
Yeah.
I think you left Tori when it kind of went off the rails.
Yeah, no, I can usually tell when people are about to get too much for me, and I just dip out.
Oh, it got
I'm pretty good at that. I don't want to deal with drama.
Did you go back and watch it afterwards, or watch a little bit later on and what they're?
No.
Oh no. Well, I had to leave. I said, on that note, Mr. White Gloves is out of here. He got
No, it was when they said that it got crazy. I was like, honestly, you guys, I'm the only chick in the panel. So like, when I thought anybody was gonna freak out and be mentally unstable or like cause some drama, it should have been me. Just saying, you're all a whole bunch of dudes.
No, I don't think it was drama, but they were talking about things that I thought you just have to go back and watch it. Yeah, I mean, you'll laugh, you'll think it's funny as everything.
Oh man.
But yeah,
it was. Go off topic. That we have discussed that many times. Like we pick a book to read, like a book club, and only one podcast was kind of on topic, and that was when we talked about Department of Truth, but even that wasn't fully on topic.
It happens. I mean, you guys got to go for an hour, so it happens.
I think Thursday night show, because after I did my show that I went over and I was sitting there, I was in there for a little bit, and after you left, and oh yeah, I mean,
I watched it on the rewind.
One of them has been drinking quite a bit.
Well, we only talk indies. That's the deal. They're like, let's stick to only indies. I'm like, okay, so does Vampirella count as an indie?
Yeah.
We weren't talking indies.
I was like, are you serious? Like, I didn't even know how to respond. I was like, well, okay. Like, all right.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna pull a Forrest Gump. That's all I got to say about that.
It's a good time though. Interesting podcast. And he has it posted everywhere, like Amazon, Spotify, like 4 or 5 different other places that he's streaming it. I don't know. Hydran's character, he's a lot of fun.
I mean, I went back over there. That it might have got taken down. They might have took it down, but yeah, it got.
No, it hasn't got taken down yet. It hasn't taken down yet. Yeah.
She's a play.
Yeah, I was watching her show earlier.
Yeah, I was with I was with Sean, so I wasn't able to. I was with Sean and them.
She got up at 5 o'clock. She got up at 5 o'clock in the morning to watch my show earlier. Nice. I could not believe that. She popped in there and I was like, "What are you doing up at 5 a.m.?" I said, "Really?" I said, "Man, I was very impressed. Very impressed." I was like, "Wow."
So what you guys got going on? I'll end it now since Tori's back. So what you guys got going on? What you got going on, White Gloves?
Well, I got next Saturday at 10 o'clock before the Nerdy Collective. I'll be on from 10 to 11, maybe 11:45 or 11, something like that. We're going to do the Alien History. Then on Thursdays, I've got my Mystery Comic Thursdays, which I go out on Wednesdays and buy my book at the LCSs, but I just don't buy the new books. I show the old books. And we're going to have a Spinner Rack rant. and it's going to be a good one, a good topic that we're going to talk about this time. And there may be some heated moments, so y'all need to tune into that. It's 6:30 Central Standard Time on Thursday, and that's what I got going. And you'll never know when I'll pop up and on a stream and not know it's live. So, yeah, that's what I got.
Mm-hmm. All right, Captain and Torty, what you guys got going on?
Well, I'm waiting for White Gloves to, do a giveaway where I win something,
Well, if you're waiting for a comic book, that ain't going to happen.
A pair of white gloves, maybe.
Yeah.
And instructions on when to use them.
All right. Oh, there you go.
I'll roll them up. No, I won't say that. Never
mind. Lame Frame Tuesday. Let's show sport. Let's see. Saturdays I do Cover Slingers. Been doing that for weeks now on Gray Man's show. The Hunt. I don't know. I just go around and support everybody and go in the chats and like everybody's videos that I can.
And you do a good job of that. I will say you do. And thank y'all for what y'all do for me.
Mm-hmm.
So Thursday I have my Indies podcast with Hydra, and that's 10 p.m. Central Time, so 11 p.m. Eastern, and I don't know, I guess whatever time Pacific. And then Friday I have the Cannabis Comics Pop Culture Show, and I'm going to do that at about 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and then, or 12 a.m. I guess Eastern Time. And then Saturday I have It's That Time of the Month on the G-Man's channel with Mischief.
Yeah, y'all going to have a pretty good crowd there.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Beauty Behind the Brain, or Brains Behind the Beauty is our topic.
I thought it was Beauty and the Beast, but I can't remember what your topic was.
That sounds like my ex-wife.
All in one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and she was good until we got married. Then opened the door one day, and it was like, and I'm like, I made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I should have known when I left the wedding and got in the car. You have all the tin cans and everything falling behind you, and the car's all decorated up. I turned the car on, reached over, flipped on the radio. The first thing I heard was, da-na-na, 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 da-na-na. Highway to Hell, come on. And I thought, this has got to be the most suckiest time for this song to play. As I'm pulling away from the church with my new bride, I'm on my highway to hell. I should have took it as a sign, but I would never give up those two kids that I got. So,
all right. All I got going on is Anthony's Comic Wednesdays.
That was great.
All I got going on, guys, is Anthony's Comic Wednesdays. And then the time of the month show is gonna be next week. So me, White Gloves, and Robert won't be on the Nerdy Collective. It's gonna be that time of the month. And now I have the Extreme Nerd Table later today, and the Extreme Nerd Table next week too. And then I do a Cantonese Comic Wednesdays. I do every Tuesday to see what you guys want to learn on Cantonese, a poll. So all you guys got to do is type it in, or either write it in the previous one, and I'll see it. I'll let you guys know. You know what I mean? I'll teach you guys anything you guys want to learn, pretty much.
Even the cuss words.
Even the cuss words.
All right, there you go.
That's the best ones. Oh, there you go,
yeah.
D-Man.
Yep.
Oh wow, cool.
We got tentacles for you.
Had to represent G-Man somehow there,
All right. And we'll check you guys later. And thanks for watching, guys. And I'll leave you guys with this video here.